We catch up with Liam and his Trans-West Euro 6 DAF CFthrough on a nice fine morning in Darfield, ready for a run over Arthur's Pass to the west coast. After the compulsory stop at Sheffield Pies for breakfast, we're on the road towards the Alps. Liam's in the driver's seat for the first stage, then I take over once we get up onto the flats beyond Porters. It's an easy entry with 3 well-spaced steps, each with a good width, depth and a grip tread plate for stable footing. Grab handles front and rear of the doors complement these great steps and make it nice and safe. Once inside, it's easy to get comfortable, with a great comfort air seat that gives plenty of adjustment, along with great steering adjustment. Right in front of the steering wheel is the main dash, with the usual speedometer and tachometer, along with the fuel and temperature gauges. And in the middle, the multi-function Driver Performance Assist, DPA, an interactive program to assist the driver to achieve more fuel-efficient driving. On the steering wheel, to the right are the cruise control switches, and to the left are the stereo volume and station select and phone controls. Off the steering column are the 2 stalk controls. On the right are the AMT controls and the engine brake, and on the left are the wipers and the indicators. In the centre of the dash are the usual stereo and aircon controls, and various switches such as diff locks, ride height, etc. In general operation, there's really no need for the drivers to take their hands off the wheel, as all major functions are operated on or close to the steering column. As we're up in the mountains, once we take off, I immediately set power mode from the AMT by pushing the button on the end of the control stalk. Under the cab is the new Euro 6 MX-13 engine, developing 530 horsepower and 2,600 Newton meters of torque, right down to 1,000 RPM. Certainly, in power mode, the AMT uses the torque, the traction AMT downshifting at around 1,000 revs, and the engine handling it with no issues, even on some of the steeper grades. It's a nice smooth shift and it brings the engine right back onto the power each time. On some of the steeper gradients, it selects a double downshift when needed. While the engine's only 20 horsepower up on the previous DAF CF85, which Liam drove, it tells us extra power is really noticeable. And I certainly find it a very lively motor, one that handles the Arthur's Pass easily. On the downhills, Liam finds using the manual mode helps with controlling the gear selection and stops unexpected upshifting. As long as the revs aren't allowed to climb above 2,000 RPM, as even in the manual, it will upshift if the revs past that point. It's not a problem if you select the right gear for the descents. For instance, when Liam suggests 6th gear for one of the longer downhills, I can switch the engine brake between stages 2 and 3 to keep the revs just below 2,000 RPM, and there's no need for the brake pedal. As I'd expect from a European offering, the ride is first rate, with no noticeable impacts coming up through the cab. Also, sound levels in the cab are great. With the windows up, it's very quiet and a conversation can be conducted across the cab at normal talking levels. Handling is great, with a very positive feel through the steering, making it very easy to position the truck on the road, with very little correction needed to hold your line. Combine this with a great driving position and it's very easy to quickly relax behind the wheel, even first time out. Visibility is great, with a tall screen and nothing above the dash to impede the view out front. The mirrors are great, with electric adjustment on both the large flat mirror and lower convex mirror. Their position doesn't appear to create any blind spots on the sides, but up on the Southern Alps there aren't too many intersections to put this to the test. 3 evaluation units of this new CF have been monitored by DAF for about 6 months to make sure that the spec is right for the local market. Our drive certainly confirms to me that this will be a very competitive truck on the New Zealand market. It is well suited to our conditions. It's right up there with its host of safety features that should satisfy the toughest health and safety advocates, and it offers great drivability and driver comfort.